Welcome to Callawegin Fly Fishing with Robert Smart. Now, here's Robert.
Greetings. In this video, I'm going to tie a fly I call the Killer CrayFish. Now, I have several crayfish patterns in my box. I like this one because it sinks really quick. It's fairly small. It's a size 12. I've caught trout in the current river with it fairly often. It's not a hard fly to tie. Fairly easy. Works pretty well for me. Doesn't take much to tie them up. I think you'll enjoy using them. So we're going to tie the Killer Crawfish. Hope you enjoy the video. Okay, we're going to tie the Killer Crawfish. This is on a size 12 hook with 140 thread. First thing is we're going to put some legs / tentacles on. Use this leg material. Get it on one side. And on the other side. I'll trim them off exact later. Just cut that to get out of my way. Okay. Next, I'm gonna take one of these small barbell lids for the eyes. Tie that on pretty far back. And just cross tie back and forth. Make it good and stout. A couple wraps behind it. And a few wraps in front of it. Okay. Bring our thread back behind it. We're making the head now. I'm going to take some of this orange dubbing. Just do a little bit at a time so I don't get too much. Take it back and forth. Make sure I get underneath too. Yeah, that's got it. Okay, now I'm going to take a drop of UV glue. Coat that head, top and bottom. That'll make it hard and it'll make the fly sink fast. Now we cook that. You don't want to get too carried away with the dubbing on that head because it'll make it too big. That's usually where I screw things up. Okay, it's got it. Okay. Build up my base a little in here. Okay, next I'm going to put the claws on. I'm going to take a brown hackle. This is actually a dry fly hackle. Makes it a little stiffer. Just cut it off and trim that just a little bit. Get something that looks like that. Now we want the length. We want it too long. Maybe about like there. Tie that on the side. Do the same thing on the other side. The length about the same. And it's pretty close. Trim off some of the excess here. And finish tying that down good. Okay, now we're going to make the tail of the crayfish. I'm going to use one of these. I forget what they call them, but they're bright and they got those black markings to kind of act like an attractor. Yeah. Let me get this length. That's about there, I think. Yeah, a little longer. I think that's about right. Put that right on top. Get that base kind of even. Okay, now I'm going to put some more dubbing, but we bring the thread forward. We're going to run the dubbing back and then use the thread to make the ribbing back up towards the eye before we tie it off. bring that right up to the head. Now, I'm going to make the ribs, and I'm going to do 2 or 3 wraps at each segment, so it's pretty pronounced. Like that. And we whip finish here. Kind of tied backwards because the crayfish swim backwards. Very strange critters. Okay, now these are a hair long, so I'm going to just trim them off just a little bit. Now, I'll take just on the top, I'll take some more UV. That'll kind of make a hard top to it. Got it. There we have it. Killer crayfish. Good for smallmouths or trout for that matter.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe.